Okay, Porsche Cayenne Turbo alternator replacement. No small task, but if you have to do it, this is some basic tips. Of course, I'm doing this in my garage out here without a lift. It would be a lot easier with a lift. I don't know what I'm thinking. Basically, this is what you need to know. Jack the car up, put on jack stands, pull loose this wheel, take loose the wheel well, of course. You want to pull the air box out, of course. You know the way to do it. There's plenty of videos on that. The alternator, of course, is back down here. There's some other simple tips and tricks. The radiator fan assembly actually clips in, snaps into these guys. That whole assembly is going to have to come out. It's a lot easier than you think, but a lot heavier than you think. Once radiator's out, or radiator fan's out, all the things are unplugged. Radiator can stay in. That finally gets you to your belts. Your belts down here. Now the belt, let's get a light on so you can see. The belt right here, of course, you loosen up with the tensioner on this side. Use a big old wrench, and a friend to hold it makes a big difference. If your belt's any bit old, buy a new one. The alternator is water cooled, so there's going to be some things with that. When you get the alternator, you're going to want to go ahead and buy some hoses from Porsche. You can find them on Pelican Parts. You can find them at your Porsche dealership. They don't always know what you're looking for, but essentially what it is these fittings that fit right on here. Fittings that have an O-ring on. There's two of them. There's one like this and a short little one. And yeah, here's the short little one right here. You're going to want to just go ahead and replace those. They break off super easy in the old alternator. Go ahead and get those, like $105 for both of them from Porsche. And then another tip on this. You want to disconnect the conduit right here that holds all the wires up. I'm doing that right now on the install of the second one because it's next to impossible to get to everything. Let's see, what's another trick with the turbo? Whew. Okay, so everyone's going to talk about how hard it is to get the alternator in and out the hole. The trick on that is, if you can, when you take loose the old alternator, pull it up here, use an impact, and go ahead and pull the pulley off. If the pulley's off, it goes in and out. Not quite as difficult, but it's heavy and it's awkward. This tab right here, bend that tab down and bend it back up. It's fine. It's not going to break. The wastegate controller for the turbo, had to take that loose too. The inlet hose going to the turbo, took loose that as well. Try not to hate your life. You'll believe in electric cars a lot more when this is done. Go ahead and pull the belly pan off all the way. I pulled it off partially. That's not good enough. And of course, drain all your coolant out. It's going to keep draining on you as you're doing this and make you frustrated. There's the bolts that hold in the alternator. You've got one top bolt, one bottom bolt, and then you've got this bracket on the front. The bracket on the front runs across like so, and it has 3 bolts that hold it, or one with an L bracket, depending on which side of L bracket you decide to take loose. And that guy has to come off the front. Of course, these are all the special type ratchet fittings, the E30, I think it is, the size that you do it with. So if you don't have those, you're going to have to buy those, of course. Do things very gentle. If it doesn't fit right, you're making a mistake somehow. Yeah, it'll make you want an electric car the more you do this. I'm driving an electric i3 right there as we're working on this. So yeah, good luck to you. This is a tight little spot, but it is doable. It is doable. The alternators are expensive, but yeah, a little bit of blood, sweat, and tears, and you know, I think it's passable. We'll see. It's not quite done yet. Good luck, guys.